The Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business Podcast brings you a unique view of Mesa through its vibrant business community and the subjects that are important. The podcast is produced in the Mesa Chamber of Commerce Media Studio, sponsored by the University of Phoenix. Our podcast is hosted by Mesa Chamber of Commerce CEO Sally Harrison. Please enjoy this episode of the Mesa Chamber Inside Business Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Mesa Chamber Inside Business Podcast. My name is Bob Nelson. I am the Director of Communications for the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, and I am hosting today's episode of the podcast. Joining me today from Jimmy G's Mac and Cheese, Dylan, whose last name I totally forgot.
Roberts.
Thank you, Dylan. I should, because that's
right
my first name.
It's right there in the name
It's
of
my
the
first
business. Oh.
So, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. We're going to talk today, we're going to talk food, because you brought us a bunch of food, right? So we're going to talk about each of these dishes. We're going to talk about the Mesa Chamber box lunch menu, which is something that you're a part of. And you're going to tell me some stories, because I know you've got good stories to tell.
Sounds great.
But let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, my name's Dylan Roberts.
Do you like long walks on the beach?
I don't like a lot of exercise, no. So I'll watch beach episodes on TV.
Okay.
Those are
so
cool.
Baywatch, you'll watch the episodes?
I get my wife a beach calendar for Christmas every year, so
very
we've
nice.
got those
Very
beaches hanging up.
Okay, very good. How'd you get started with Jimmy G's?
So I wouldn't say it's always been a plan of mine, but I've always worked in restaurants, and along the way I've decided that I definitely wanted to own my own. I love pasta. I love making great food. More than that, I love making people happy. So when I found out that I could make good food and people get happy with it, I was like, well, I'm going to do a restaurant then. So I worked for Red Robin for like 17 years.
Was that your first restaurant?
I washed dishes at a place called Coco's.
I remember Coco's. Yeah,
for like
breakfast
6
place.
months. I was terrible at it, and rightfully so. They let me explore other opportunities.
One here in Mesa?
No, we was in Denver.
Okay.
So we moved here. We moved here 10 years ago from Denver.
Yeah, we had a Coco's. We had a couple Coco's here for a long time before they finally faded away.
It was a neat place before
It was.
they started
Yeah.
becoming big and changing.
And not being neat anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so started at Coco's,
Yeah.
found your way to finding your own place.
Yeah. And it's my wife and her family really kind of pushed to get away from the corporate America and to try my own things and not to be afraid of it. So here we are, almost 3 years in.
So tell me, Jimmy G's. What's if you were to describe Jimmy G's as someone that was a customer, not necessarily the owner, but how would you describe it to somebody?
Sure. So pretty much everybody's familiar with Chipotle. So we are a Chipotle-like setting or a sandwich shop setting.
Kind of build as you go. Kind
Yeah,
of thing.
we serve salads, pastas, mac and cheese. We've won Best of the Valley for mac and cheese last 2 years in a row. We do have some set menu items, but I really want the guests to be able to get kind of whatever they want. So just like when you go to a sandwich shop, you don't just have to get a ham and cheese. You can get ham and cheese with this or that or the other thing on it, and do the same thing at Jimmy G's, but with salads, pastas, and mac and cheese.
And you guys are where? Where are you located?
We're south of Southern and a little bit east of Alma School. So kind of in that area over there. We're a little bit hidden right behind what used to be the Bank of America building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the big
Now
tall.
has
Now
Alverno
the
College.
Yeah.
Yeah, little shout out
Nursing
to
college.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they need joy, so we'll get them. So, all right. So let's talk some food here. So Jay's going to put pictures in the description of the podcast. So if you go to the Chamber's Podbean account, you're going to get to see what it is that we're going to talk about here. But what'd you bring us?
So I brought a couple menu items. The first one, barbecue steak and bacon mac.
And
The second one
it looks
is
fantastic, actually. It really
Green
does.
chili chicken mac. I mentioned that we won Best of the Valley 2 years in a row for our mac and cheese. It's not an individual mac and cheese. It's just the entire encompassing menu of mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to be in a contest, I would bring one of these two. So if a first-timer's coming in, we're going to recommend, if you like spicy, get the green chili because they're genuine hot Hatch green chilies. The flavor's incredible. And
Or
if
as
you
they
don't
say,
like hot...
New Mexico.
Yeah.
New Mexico green chili.
Yeah, from Hatch in New Mexico. And the other one is the barbecue steak and bacon mac. So if you're not spicy, then let's go savory. Let's get you
some flavors, some
wonderful like
tastes.
Yeah, smoky barbecue sauce, drizzle on the top. Everything's simple. We don't go crazy like a lot of other places go crazy. Like, here's my 7 cheese mac and cheese, and
Right.
I bake it with these different breadcrumbs. And by the time you get done with it, you're just like, wow, there's just so much going on there that I don't
You can't really
know what I'm really tasting, but my mouth feels like gooey, so maybe it's good. We go simple with everything. It's we use a medium sharp cheddar in our mac and cheese. That's the only cheese that goes in it, and we'll add other cheeses or other things maybe on top, like with our elote mac and cheese. We add cotija cheese on top. With green chili chicken mac and cheese, we add cotija cheese on top. We have a Philly cheesesteak mac and cheese.
Oh,
and
wow.
in the
How appropriate given the playoff games this weekend.
There we go.
For the NFL.
In honor of true Philly fashion, we've got a little slice of provolone and a little slice of American that gets mixed in with all of that too, so it gets a great Philly flavor.
Very nice.
That's the 2 mac and cheeses that we brought.
Talk about your pasta a little bit.
Pasta, our menu for pasta is build your own.
Okay.
And that's because we can literally make almost anything. So instead of having 17 pages of all the things that we can make, it's a build your own. And I think we're gonna maybe morph away from that a little bit as we're aging, and throwing out some examples like we do with the salads and the mac and cheeses.
Okay, so you're showing me a couple of fantastic
so
good
we've got
pasta dishes. So
on your right and my left, we've got a fettuccine Alfredo.
Okay.
And we've got some spinach in there and some chicken. So just kind of a classy, you can get whatever you want. Like some people call it a Florentine if you want to be fancy, but it's whatever your favorite is. So this is just a simple traditional fettuccine Alfredo. On the other side, on the right here, on your left, we've got the rigatoni. This is an olive vodka sauce.
Yeah, the rigatoni looks fantastic.
Yeah, we've got some mushrooms and some hot Italian sausage in there. Shaved Parmesan and basil on top. It's just, again, it's whatever you can think of that you can make. We get people that come in all the time, show me pictures of stuff from
Wherever.
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
And says, can you make this? And I'll look at the picture and see what's in it and ask them,
Pull
like,
it together.
Yeah, like, does it have like a spice to it? Does it have anything like that? So even if it's like spicy, if it's hot, we can make it really, really hot. If you don't want spice, we can make it not spicy at all. And for the most part, everybody that comes through is like, oh my gosh, that's so great. Cheesecake Factory, that's $23, and here it's $13. This is, and it's just as good.
Let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about value, because, a lot of headlines right now about, how prices are going up, especially in sit-down restaurants and stuff like that. So talk about your value.
So our value is great. The quality of our food is every bit as good as what you'd get from going to a Maggiano's, or better than what you'd get from going to an Olive Garden. So it's made from scratch. Everything's my recipes, all the salad dressings, all the sauces, everything. Nothing's coming in pre-made. So it's fantastic. The way the restaurant's set up to be more like a sandwich shop or a Chipotle, though, I don't have to pay a busser, I don't have to pay a dishwasher, I don't have to pay a bartender, I don't have to pay a shift manager, general manager, assistant general manager. I don't have any of those things. I don't have hostesses, I don't have servers. It's order at the counter, and there's 2 or 3 of us working, and we're washing the dishes, we're ringing you out, we're doing all that stuff, we're serving the food, we're cleaning up after you. It's just the 3 of us. It's not an entire team of people. So instead of $23 for a pasta, it's $13 because
Overhead's
the
lower.
savings that I have in the labor trickles down to the guest that's coming in. And I think that value-wise, I mean, even if you add a dessert and a drink and a side salad onto that, we're still at $20. And some of these fast food places, you're getting close to $20 just getting burger, fries, and a drink now.
Yeah. So you did bring actually a couple of salads over too. You wanna kind of touch on those?
Yeah. So, I'll tell you right now, our most popular salads are going to be the avocado Caesar salad, and I think that's because everybody knows what a Caesar salad is,
right,
and everybody knows if they like avocado or not. So what's to miss there? But I brought over definitely a couple of the most colorful and what I think are
that's
my
a beautiful
favorites.
salad.
The first one is the Savannah salad. So I played a lot of baseball growing up, and I kind of got names for a lot of these things from places that I've been and foods that I've experienced there. So The Savannah salad, I named it the Savannah salad, Savannah, Georgia. It's got candied pecans and a nice sweet, but not overly sweet or overly mustardy honey mustard sauce dressing that goes with it. If you want to add some chicken, that's what I would recommend with this one. But it just kind of reminds me of being down in the South. You've got this great sweetness of the candied pecans with the honey mustard dressing. You got the savory from the bacon that's coming through on it. It's got some eggs, and that medium sharp cheddar cheese that we use in our mac and cheese is on the salad. So it's just, for me, kind of a really great southern, fresh, amazing salad.
So wait, hang on. Let's talk about baseball for a minute. Talk about your baseball experience, because
Yeah, no, I played baseball. It was fun.
Did
it was
you
a good
tour?
time. I went several
like
different places.
kind of like a minor league system, or
Yeah, so I excelled in high school. Had a good time there.
is there a baseball card people can get to get your signature?
No, there's no baseball cards. I don't have my name on a glove or a bat or anything like that. So I was never that good. But
But
I
you
got
did
to,
tour. You got to travel around.
I got to spend about a month and a half in Texas, and then I got to spend about a month and a half again in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And there's some playing around that happened in all those places, and trying to. When I was playing in Texas, I got some of the greatest barbecue I've ever had.
Oh, I bet.
And I was like, oh my goodness. And one of them, I decided that I really liked the smokiness and the molasses that goes in like the Kansas City barbecue flavors a lot.
Sure.
So we have a Kansas City barbecue salad, and it's the Kansas City barbecue salad because Kansas has a lot of corn. There's fresh corn in it.
Are you
It's
pulling
got the
those forward
barbecue
right now
sauce and
because
all
of
that stuff.
the playoffs, the football playoffs?
No,
You should.
no,
You should
yeah,
totally
I'm
push
sure.
those
It's just like the Philly and the Kansas City.
I mean, you got a Philly,
and
you
all
got
that.
Kansas City.
No. But
Get some pierogies going for Buffalo.
we have a buffalo chicken mac.
There, see, bam,
Yeah, so
touchdown.
all bases
right there.
covered. What are we missing? There's one other team.
Washington.
Yeah.
It's kind of cosmopolitan, so you could pretty much,
I mean, it's DC. They're the
it's DC,
Commanders.
mid-Atlantic. So anything fish, probably.
We have shrimp.
Yeah, shrimp.
We got some shrimp on there.
Any crab?
No crab.
No crab. Okay, well, that's right.
Yeah.
They're cosmopolitan people. They'll go all
Yeah.
over.
I mean, our Alfredo sauce, or not Alfredo, our marinara sauce is about the same color as their helmet.
All right, so showcase, describe for everyone this fantastic salad that you've just put in front of us.
So this other one is the roasted veggies and fruit salad. This is what I think is probably like the best salad for the body on the menu. Everything on it's fresh. So we've got fresh spinach, which is super high in iron, which helps your body, right? It's got broccoli. It's got Brussels sprouts.
They say broccoli's a cancer killer.
Broccoli's a cancer killer, right?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Lots of great vitamins and minerals and stuff like that in the broccoli. Brussels sprouts is a super anti-inflammatory for your body. We've got walnuts that haven't been toasted, haven't been seasoned. There's no spices or sweetness or anything on it. It's just a great solid walnut that's got tons of energy in it, right? Walnuts, if you look at them really closely, they resemble brains, right?
Brains,
and they're super brain food for you. So we've got all that's on there. We got a little bit of craisins that go on that to add some sweetness to it as you're eating it, and then the fresh strawberries. You can tell by how red those strawberries are.
They're really super fresh.
So there's a difference between organic, right, and not organic. If you cut an organic strawberry up, you're going to get red all the way through just like that. And if you do a non-organic, you're going to get a lot of white in the middle.
Right.
And so that's kind of the difference between grown naturally and then forced to grow.
Talk about your sauces. So in your dressings. Because these
so
dressings look pretty incredible on their own.
Everything is made in house. It's our recipe. Nothing comes prepackaged. So, and again, no additives, no fillers, no preservatives. So
I'm guessing this is a vinaigrette on the.
That's a raspberry vinaigrette that goes on the roasted veggies and fruit salad. So it's again real simple ingredients. If anybody's familiar with the James Beard awards and stuff like that for restaurants, they go for the simple ingredients and who can take kind of like the least amount of things and make the best flavors out of it. And I just love that so much. Not that we are a James Beard contender at all, but I just love that philosophy of let's use real simple minimal ingredients and get the best flavors possible. So There's a little oil, there's a little vinegar, there's real raspberry in there that gets pureed. It's not a syrup, it's not a sauce, it's not frozen. They're fresh raspberries that get ground up, blended in there with a little bit of sugar, stuff like that.
Sure. Okay, so let's talk about the box lunch menu real quick. So, this is what, about a year old now, I think.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that neighborhood. And it's a chamber program to give chamber members the ability to just quick order a set of lunches. So, they're going to have a meeting. They're going to have maybe 12, 15 people. They don't know what to do for lunch. Talk about it.
Correct.
I'll let you sell it.
So it's the whole menu is available for that, and through the chamber there's the discount on doing the box lunch, so that's great. Get the savings to the business. Treat your team members to an amazing food. It would include any menu option item, and then
For you guys, right?
yeah,
So they can just order 10 or 12 or 15 or whatever they need.
6, 60,
16, 100,
yeah, let's do it.
300. Let's go big.
Give me
Think
enough,
big, people.
Give me enough notice, and I'll take care of
Think
anything
big,
you need.
people.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Salads for everyone. Mac and cheese for everyone. Let's
Mac
do
and
this.
cheese for
Mac and
everybody.
cheese in every pot.
Right?
So, all right. So, what's the future for Jimmy G's? What do you got? What do you got cooking? Ha, no pun intended.
That's a good one.
Thanks.
So, the plan's always been to like get the brick and mortar up and running first, which we're having a hard time with. To be super honest, we've won Best of the Valley. We've got 4.9 stars and 400 reviews counting on Google, which is amazing. We've got 180 reviews and 5 stars on Yelp, which is absolutely unheard of. I've never experienced anything like that before. So we're doing everything we're doing right, but our visibility is really bad. So
It is a bit of a challenge in where you're located.
Yeah, we're tucked away. The
What's
biggest
your slow
mistake.
time? When should people come and see you? When do you want people to come and see you?
It's kind of hit or miss, to be honest. There's a random day every now and then where we're busy and the restaurant's full, and there's a line, and it still doesn't take very long because anything that's in front of us right now is 2 to 3 minutes max at the restaurant. So even if it's just me and one other person, and you see 10 people ahead of you, we're going to take care of you faster than Chipotle is going to take care of you. We're going to get you out the door.
So it's a good just pop in, grab lunch, go, right?
Yep. Same for dinner too.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're in a hurry and you want great quality food, then that's us, and we'll get it fast. But there's not really a slow time. There's a lot of slow times. So
okay,
look,
so just come in, go,
Yeah.
get there. The food is fantastic. I've had it many times over the years, over 3 years, and I'm gonna have some more here when we're done. But what are your hours?
We're open from 11 o'clock to 8 o'clock, Monday through Saturday.
Okay. And can people like DoorDash it and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so we have an app. It's the Jimmy G's Joyalty, because we're bringing the joy to everything you're eating.
Nice.
So Jimmy G's Joyalty. You can download the app. You earn points because there's a rewards program that's on there. So if you do that, you'll get a buy one get one free for downloading the app and signing up. You earn points on all your purchases. There's a delivery, all that stuff. You can do curbside and pickup. We also do have DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats. We're on Easy Cater. If you order through the restaurant, you'll get better options and prices on the Easy Cater or on the catering. But I know that there's a lot of businesses out there that have designated they can only order through Easy Cater. So we've opened up as many avenues to do all that stuff as we can.
Cool. And what's your phone number?
480-590-0414.
And website?
At jimmygsrestaurants.com or www.jimmygsrestaurants.com. And that's restaurants plural, because someday we want to have more, because you asked about the future.
Yep.
Second step, we want to get a food truck and get out in the community and really support the community, and then drive traffic to the brick and mortar, and then we do want to continue opening. And we love everything that's been happening in Mesa, and we'd love to continue doing that. And if anybody has a drive-through location available, please hit me up.
Oh, you hear that?
Jimmy
if you got a
G's.
drive-through location.
Jimmy G's in a drive-through would be The bee's knees.
It would be the bee's knees. Dylan, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. Everybody, get out to Jimmy G's. It is worth your time. It is worth your $13 to get in there and get a fantastic salad. I'm going to probably eat all of these salads, except for the salad ones. I'll eat all the mac and cheese ones. I'll save the salads for somebody else. If you need anything else, certainly feel free to check in on us. This has been the Mesa Chamber Inside Business Podcast. I've been your host, Bob Nelson, and we are bringing you all of the members of our box lunch menu to interview them and showcase the great options that you have to order lunches for your next meeting. Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
This has been a Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business Podcast. You can find all podcast episodes at iTunes, Spotify, or your own favorite podcast website. You can also find them online at mesachamber.org. Content of this podcast is copyright the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, unless otherwise noted.